This is Hayden from S8CTV. Today I'm very lucky to be joined here in Glasgow by former Undisputed World Champion Josh Taylor. Josh, how are you doing today?
Aye, well, good. Aye, good to. I'll need to come a bit closer. You want me to have a shoot at that? Yeah. Aye, all good, mate. It's good to come through and see the next gen coming through. All the lads coming through. Nathaniel's looking in great shape as always, and all the other boys coming through. Aston and young Alec Arthur and all that. So, aye, they're all coming through, and we've got a good bunch of talent coming through. So. Scottish boxing's in a good place in terms of talent coming through, and it's good that Nathaniel's now, he's on his way to becoming our world champion, so he's now headlining the show here in Braehead, so hopefully he can keep going on and keep bringing the big nights to Scotland, so it's looking like it's in a good place. There's a lot of good talent coming through.
Definitely. So obviously, just a few weeks ago now, you unfortunately had to announce your retirement from professional boxing. Yeah. Just sort of, how's that whole few-week period been for yourself?
It's been a wee bit tough. Not going to lie, it's been a wee bit tough and been a wee bit down in the dumps. But I'm all right. I've kind of had to come to terms with it quickly, and at the end of the day, it was my health that I was playing with. So. I've come to terms with it. I'm all right with what I've achieved in the sport, so I can sit back and look at my achievements in my living room with my belts and that and say I've done all right. It's like I'd have been a bit disappointed, or definitely disappointed, and a wee bit bitter maybe if I hadn't achieved becoming world champion and this had happened. I'd be gutted. So it's kind of fortunate that it came at the later end of my career. Know the way I wanted to bow out. I wanted to maybe have 1-2 more and go out on a win and then say see you later, but that'd have been a nice fairy tale ending, but it is what it is. I'm alright. I'm still a wee bit gutted, but I'll get there. I've got other things, other interests that I can get fired into, my bikes and all that kind of stuff, so I'll be alright.
When you sort of reflect on that last fight with Echo, obviously, first 6-7 rounds, you're boxing brilliantly, and then towards the end, maybe it started to go more his way. When you sort of reflect on that night as a whole, bringing a big night back up here to Glasgow, having guys like Nathaniel, Lee, a number of talent on the undercard, Drew Limond, Alex Arthur, Reece Lynch. What did that sort of mean to you to have that as your last fight, as a big fight up here, giving guys that platform?
It's good, man. That's what I'm proud of, being able to provide these guys that are coming through behind me now as the platform to be on a big stage. I mean, the talent up here don't get the stages, the chance to perform or chance to showcase their skills, because everything's down south. Everything's down south. All the media, all the promoters, all the talent, and everything coming through, fighters and that are all down south. So all the shows are down south. So I was very proud and privileged to be able to provide big shows up here, and for all the talent coming behind me, I was always asking to put the Scottish lads on, give them first dibs. If they're not ready or they need more time, then that's down to them. They've not been in the gym. But I always said, put the Scottish lads on first, give them first dibs to who gets on the undercards, and I'm proud of being able to do that. So now it's on to Nathaniel. He's now the leading horse, leading the race. It looks like he's going to go on and become a world champion. So hopefully that is the case. And then so it's in a good place. There's a lot of good lads coming through.
Definitely. So obviously, when you sort of reflect on that career, that I think it was 10 years ago, just a few weeks ago, you turned professional over in America. When you sort of reflect on that career, which night sort of sticks out the most? Was it the Regis Prograis, winning the World Boxing Super Series? Was it going over to Vegas, becoming Undisputed? What night sort of sticks out the most to Josh Taylor?
Well, I've got a few. I mean, for the very start, I had sold out shows for the very start. I'd say one of my highlights actually was probably the Hara Davis fight, just because there was bad blood there. And he was the next best thing, and getting all this press and all this attention and all this hype about him. And there was me just coming through quietly through the ranks, even though I knew I was better than them. But then getting that opportunity to show my skills on a big stage, on a big platform. I ended up being able to do that, and then that propelled me onto big fights. Then that propelled me onto right. There's a new kid in the block. There's a new kid ready to go and take over. So I'd say that was probably the starting point, which is probably a sweet victory because there was a bit of bad blood there. So I'd probably say that one, and then obviously winning my world title against Baranchek in the hydro, that was a big one as well.
Definitely. So obviously, like you mentioned there, Nathaniel, he's obviously headlining this big show at the Braehead. They're calling it the next King of Scotland. How do you sort of see that fight going? Obviously, he's taking on, I think, 20 wins, 2 draws, European champion Cristobal Llorente. How do you sort of see that fight going?
Well, I can only go on what I've seen from Nathaniel, and the potential I've seen from him and what he's produced. I haven't seen his opponent box yet, so I'll need to go and have a wee look and see what he's all about and see what I think Nathaniel can do, but I know Nathaniel lives a life, he trains constantly, he's always in great shape, so he's looking like he's going to be en route to becoming world champion hopefully soon, so I don't really know too much about this guy he's fighting, so it would be inaccurate for me to point out what I think he can do, so I'll need to go and watch him and then come up with a decision then how I think he'll win the fight. But I've got every confidence in him, to be fair. I think he's a world-class operator.
Definitely. So sort of, going forward for yourself, obviously we've seen you up on the stage today at the press conference. Is that something you sort of want to do more of? What sort of are you planning on doing now, obviously, that you're retired from professional boxing?
Hopefully I get wee things like this, doing sort of maybe some punditry stuff or something like that, I need to go. I mean, I've got my manager's licence and that, so hopefully maybe get a wee fighter or two that's just coming through and I can guide them through into fights, and into good fights, so hopefully I maybe find the next Josh Taylor, you never know, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm got to be involved in the sport and hopefully maybe not even manage, but maybe advise a wee bit fighters here and there and things like that. So I am looking forward to what's happening. I would like to open up my own gym and train the sort of people around my local area, and obviously anyone's welcome, but to open somewhere where I'm from and sort of start a gym would be good, and maybe train the next generation coming through and take kids off the street. So that would be a wee goal of mine, to open up my own gym as well.
Sort of with that, opening a gym up in East Lothian, I think there's only one Boxing Scotland gym in East Lothian, if that. Would that sort of be, a massive goal of yours to open a gym, and bring people from East Lothian into it, and all around as well?
I mean, I think there is one.
I think the Bronx. Is it the Bronx maybe?
There's a Bronx in Trinent, and I think
one in Haddington.
I think there's maybe one opening up in Haddington now as well. So there's a couple about. So I wouldn't mind adding to that, and given where I'm from, sort of the area I'm at, there's nothing really there. So it'd be good to maybe open up where I am and make my sort of mark on the sport, and giving the local kids or anyone really to come in and get fit and get focused and get disciplined, and who knows, maybe find another champion. So that would be good.
Definitely. One thing I wanted to touch on, Josh, obviously, that run to Undisputed, I believe you did it in 18 fights, world champion in 15, unified in 16, then Undisputed in 18. When you sort of look back on that, how proud are you of yourself to be able to do that? First and only from Britain in the 4-belt era to do it. Probably don't get the credit that you deserve for it. Yeah. You definitely don't get the credit that you deserve for it. How proud are you of that achievement and what you've been able to do, putting Scotland, East Lothian on the map as well? I
am super proud. Obviously, when you say that and you go, obviously I've heard it and I know what I've done, but when you hear it and you're not really expecting it, but when you hear it like that, it's like you've done okay, haven't you? You've done all right. You've done better than most, So, it's good. It's been great. Never got the recognition for doing that, but I don't care. I'm a quiet, down to earth lad anyway. So I'm very content in what I've achieved in the sport, knowing that I achieved what I set out to achieve in the sport and some more. So yeah, I'm very proud and very honoured that I was able to live my dream for the last 20 odd years, you know. So it's been some ride. It's been some ride. It's just sad now that it's at the end. But the way I look at it, it's not the end. It's the start of something new now. So I'll be involved in the sport. Hopefully, no doubt I'll be involved in the sport some way or another. So yeah, it's a start of a new chapter now, which is exciting in itself. You know, so I don't really know what life's like outside of boxing. So I've yet to go and experience it now. So yeah, it's a start of a new chapter.
Definitely. Josh, last one for me. Have you got anybody you know in particular you want to thank? You know, over the last 10, 15, 20 years even with the amateur career, anybody you want to thank? You know, whilst you've got the opportunity.
There's the list I've got is there's too many. There's too many. First of all, my mum and my dad and my family. You know, they stuck by me every step of the way. My little sister, Finch. You know, she sacrificed a lot as well when I was a kid. But my parents having to take me to the gyms and stuff. My wife, Danielle, she's again been very supportive of me. You know, always been by me since the very start. Believed in me as well. So they're the three main ones. And then obviously my coach Terry McCormack took me in when I was 17, 18 at Lock End, and we went from being a scrawny little bad-tempered nutter to the Undisputed World Champion, you know. So a huge thank you to Terry. Has moulded me in the man I basically am today. So thank you to him and guiding me up to becoming a professional. He guided me and kind of pushed me to getting out of Scotland and to go and progress my career, which is absolutely selfless of him. So a huge thank you to him. It just speaks bundles about the man he is, and so he's a massive thank you to him, you know, for helping me push on and going to what I'm able to do. You know, I had him there every step of the way with me as well in my corner, so a thank you to him as well. We didn't get to finish together in the end, which was a shame, but a huge thank you to him as well. And it's just everybody that's been involved. They all know who they are. I've got so many people I could sit here all day and talk, but there's been people that have helped with donations, a wee bit of sponsorships here and there, just to give me a few quid to get up and down to the gym when I was skint and all that, and help with training and buying training gear. Again, there's Ross at Seconds Out. He kitted me out my full career with training gears and boots and wraps and anything I needed. No questions asked. Always gave me the best of stuff as well, you know, like running stuff and all that, all free of charge. So thank you to Ross as well, big part in helping me and keeping my tools of the trade nice and safe and that. So thank you to him as well, big thank you to him. So yeah, I've got loads of people that I can sit here and thank, but they're the main ones that I need to thank. So thank you to all, and thank you to them all. Thank you.
Definitely. Well, Josh, thank you very much for your time today, and thank you for all the memories over the years. And yeah, congratulations on a great career, mate. Thank you. Thanks so much for your time. Cheers. Thank you, Josh.